Hey y'all, welcome back to this week's episode of AMA Friday with Amy Miller, Recruiting in Yoga Pants. All right, this is going to be a quick and dirty one because I am super busy this week. But I didn't want to miss a week because y'all are important to me, and I thank you so much for coming back week after week and just supporting my little side project. I think I want to kind of continue the discussion around resumes. We've covered a lot of ground when it comes to resumes. I'm not sure there's anything left to talk about. But there is one key thing that comes up fairly often that I think, might be helpful for us to dig into a little bit. And it's the summary versus objective. So this is an interesting one because I think the objective idea has mostly gone away. I don't see them very often, but every now and again, I'll get a resume or I'll review one, one of the free resume groups that I'm in or something that still has an objective. Y'all, they gotta go. Okay. The objective does you no favors at all. The objective is the worst use of that very, very important real estate. And I need you to set it on fire, throw it in the dumpster, walk away from it. Okay. The objective is bad. The summary is great. Love a good summary. And let's talk about why. All right. So the first section of your resume, that very, very special real estate right at the top, the first, above the fold, as they say in journalism, right? This is a very important piece of your resume because this is what's going to set the hook. This is, I've shared with y'all before, how do recruiters look at resumes? How long do we take looking at resumes? Y'all wouldn't believe some of the shit that I got over that 6-second resume video. If you haven't watched last week, take a look. I was kind of proud of it. I thought it was a good week and felt like we covered some important ground. Some people were really pissed at me. I was called an old school recruiter who is somehow single-handedly responsible for people not getting jobs because it's old school recruiters like me that aren't giving people a chance. Okay, crazy person. If only I had that kind of power. Where's my magic wand? All right. Here's the thing. Very important piece of real estate. I want to help you use that a little bit better. Okay. So above the fold, first 1/4, 1/3, probably not a full half of your resume. This is where you need to plant the seed that makes me want to keep reading or makes a hiring manager want to keep reading. So what does that look like? The summary, think of it like how you would introduce yourself if you met a hiring manager or a recruiter at a networking event. Let's pretend that someday COVID's going to go away. We're going to be allowed out of our house again, and we will be able to meet people in person. Won't that be lovely? So you walk up to a person who could maybe be your boss someday and you stick your hand out and, hi, nice to meet you. I'd love to work for you. Here's who I am. What is that information? What is that nutshell that you want them to know about you that's going to make them want to know more? We're not trying to give away all the goods here. We're not trying to be like, here's everything about me. Here's my whole life story. Here's my whole history. We want to plant a seed that makes you want to keep reading. Or maybe it's enough of a seed that the recruiter in 6 seconds says, oh yeah, okay, I can see it. Go on now. Go to the hiring manager and gets forwarded on. That would be amazing, right? Cool. So how do we know what to say there? So there's 2 things I want you to keep in mind. All right. Number 1, it needs to be grounded in the job description. All right. That is going to be your blueprint. That is the map to an effective summary statement. So look at the job description, look at those pesky basic qualifications. I know y'all are tired of hearing me talk about it, but I'm not going to stop until OFCCP goes away. And I want you to look at that job description and basically mirror it in your summary. And so here's what that might look like. I'll just use myself as an example. If I'm looking for a recruiter job and the job description says, needs to have 10 years of experience in the industry and needs to have worked with, high-level stakeholders and recruited senior level candidates. That's what I'm going to say in my summary, y'all. I'm going to say, I'm an experienced recruiter. I'm going to use their vernacular. If they're saying recruiter, I'm going to say recruiter. If they're saying talent acquisition professional, I'm going to say talent acquisition professional. Okay, you see where I'm going with this? I want there to be no question that I'm right for the job. So I'm going to mirror your words. This is not keyword bingo. That's different. This is me speaking to you in a language that you're using so that you are automatically and even subconsciously seeing that I'm a fit and you're going to be willing to move me forward to the manager or to the next step in the process. Okay, so I am a 10 plus years of experience in recruiting, talent acquisition, sourcing, whatever. I have partnered with directors and VPs to build their businesses. I have hired software engineers and software engineering managers and technical leaders across, 3 Fortune 500 companies, whatever. So I want to make sure that I'm able to effectively mirror the job description requirements. These things are all true about me. And that's the second point. You have to put together a summary that is then proven in the rest of your resume. Okay? Anybody could write a summary and say, oh yeah, I'm a recruiter with 10 years of experience. But if it's not showing in the resume, if I don't have 10 years of work history, no one's going to believe me. So that's the important second part to this. It's not enough to just write a summary that matches the job description. I have to then be able to show that in the rest of the resume and be able to prove that, oh yeah, okay, this person says this is who they are. Now here's the proof of it. Okay, that's the sweet spot. So that is how I want you to use that very, very critical and important piece of real estate on your resume. Get rid of the objectives. Objectives are, now that's old school, all right? Objectives are outdated. Objectives are not useful. Objectives, say that 5 times fast. Objectives are very much a me statement. I want a job doing this thing. I'm looking for work as such. I, me, mine. The reader doesn't care. The audience, the recruiter, the hiring manager, etc., doesn't care necessarily what you want. They care about solving their problem, which is hiring the person to do the thing. Okay, we've talked about that a lot, y'all. Watch the resume playlist in its entirety if you've not already. This video will go there as well. But it's critical to set that hook properly to get you to the next step in the process, okay? The summary can help you do that. So mirror the job description, back it up with the data on your resume. I think this is going to help you guys get more results. So if you're not currently doing this and you just don't know where to start or you have questions, drop me a comment. Let's continue the discussion down below. I think this is an important one. It's a super, super easy fix. But I gotta tell y'all, I've seen enough resumes in my time to know that a lot of people are not doing this. So let's make it happen, okay? Summary statements. That's your bait. Get them. Amy at recruitinginyogapants.com. Drop a comment, and we will see you next week.